Alright guys, it's time to sink our teeth into some raid guide videos. Starting with Bio, because I know that's where people are kind of struggling the most, besides Mutant. But Mutant's kind of a lost cause at the moment at higher difficulties. But Bio, we can kind of get our way through. It's not the end of the world, so let's talk about it. And I'm actually going to hide for the remainder of the video so we can focus on the other stuff. So as far as T4s and Iso8, we are of course going straight web warriors. I have tried incorporating Squirrel Girl. I even tried incorporating like Spider Woman and other characters that have really good control and value like that. They just don't hold a candle to what the Web Warriors do. So Web Warriors does appear to be the best team, at least for now until we see the Gamma team. For Scarlet Spider, we want the ultimate and the passive, though I will say the special does extend for extra duration, and the basic does hit 3 times, which is nice. So blanket statement here, any T4s you put on that'll increase damage will help you in this section. But for Scarlet Spider, I really like him as a raider. Next we got Miles. The special and the ultimate are the things that are needed. The passive is kind of wasted on him though, so if you wanted to max your Miles, you could probably still ignore that one. And for him, I like Striker or Skirmisher. For Spider-Man, the special and the passive, though you'll get a lot of value out of that ultimate as well. And for him, we want him as a raider. Spider-Punk, we have the basic, which we're going to talk about, the ultimate, and the passive. And again, the special, it reads like it should be really good in raids, but it kind of still tickles. But if you want to min-max, you definitely want to throw that on too. And for him, I want Striker, and that's a big reason why we're making sure we put that basic T4 on. It does so much damage, and just the way the turns seem to line up, Striker on Punk really helps you chew through characters that have death proof, which you're going to see in the video. Then for Ghost Spider, we want absolutely everything done, and we want her as a raider. This is the setup that I've had the most success with. So let's go ahead and start with first node, Bio Node 1. So this node can be very frustrating because the web warrior enemies with their dodging can just be an absolute nightmare. So we are definitely going to be trying to kill them right out the gate as quickly as possible. So as you see, I use the basic to peel that Drax taunt off, and then I go right at Ghost Spider here, and I use the ultimate there. I could have used the special. I think I normally use the special. I must have misclicked that. But then I want to use the Scarlet Spider ultimate. We're kind of just getting these on cooldown so they can build back up, but also I want that Scarlet Spider ultimate to peel off the Spider-Punk offense up and speed that he had. And just a little quick tip here, if people dodge too much, this is what can happen, especially with Scarlet Spider with his offense up. You see 4 out of my 5 web warriors are almost instantly dead here. This is on difficulty 3.4, mind you. So just be careful, and that's why we focus the Scarlet Spider as quickly as possible. And we're kind of ignoring this Ultron. He seems scarier than he is, right? He just feels scary. Because the web warrior is dodging, even if his bots get up, even if he gets to throw his ultimate, which he's not going to get to do here, but even then, you dodge it, because you always have dodges up on your web warriors. As long as you take care of that Scarlet Spider so he doesn't clear all your buffs before it happens, or if he uses special to clear a bunch of your dodges, you should be okay. Battle Node 1, very annoying with the RNG dodges, but manageable. Not so much Bio Node 2. Bio Node 2 is an absolute disaster. I think I know where they're heading in the future, but for now I'll show you a strategy that you can use to consistently get through it. I will note, this is 3.4, and I do have a nearly 1.1 million web warriors, and if I get bad RNG, if I get tunneled down, I can instantly die on the spawn as well. But what I want to do is I want to set this up for a 2-shot. You can 1-shot this node, it's risky. I think I've done it once out of every single day I've attempted it. So we're going to set up for the 2-shot. It saves you on your heals more often, which is going to save you on your cores. So a 2-shot seems to be the way to go. I go right for this beast here. What I want to do is I want to take out these mutant members, especially all the way up to Psylocke, because when the Phoenix drops in, I don't want her to have any of that synergy. So we're going to drop as many mutants as possible before the second wave drops in, and that's also going to help us avoid taunts from the Colossus. So there goes the beast. There's a big chunk of the healing gone. Next, what I want to do is take out Jubilee. She's going to do a big AoE blind and stun on a character, which will probably be dodged, but it's going to peel off a lot of our buffs. Next, and what I think is probably the most impactful move the Web Warriors have, is Miles' special. You really want to hit that special on the Moondragon so she's not peeling all our buffs off before characters like Fire Level get to take a turn. Here I should have used the special. I started thinking about saving cooldowns, but I definitely could use the special there and change it all the way across. And we really want to take this Psylocke out before the Phoenix drops in. We don't want to be giving her dodges and everything else that comes with Psylocke's passive. But if you do want to practice the one-shot, guys, what you need to do is save Miles and Pulk's ultimate for the second wave. Difficulty 4, I found Miles was not landing the Disrupt on Colossus, even with the 100,000 focus he gets. So it's not worth my time or effort at the moment. But yeah, that's the method to do it. Save the Disrupt, save the trauma, and go from there. In my opinion, Gamma Team might actually come in and take care of this one node for us. This node is so anti-Web Warriors with the characters like Adam Warlock, Moondragon, and Phi Level starting with their, their Infinity Watch buffs. And then you throw in a character like Magic and Phoenix, who are a counter to the Web Warriors, as everyone knows, a hard counter. Thank God there's no Storm, I guess, but this node does seem like it was made to nullify the Web Warriors in a way. But anyway, now that the Phoenix dropped, this is exactly when I should have just quit. I should have quit the match the second. I should not have eaten the special. I should not have eaten these extra attacks I'm about to eat. I should have just quit. The Infinity Watch members are low enough I can come in and quickly kill them. They're no longer going to have those death proofs. I got greedy. I wanted to try and build up some of my cooldowns. And I'm actually going to have a super low Scarlet Spider and a super low Spider Punk for my troubles there. And then obviously I'm also eating like this ping damage from Colossus here. Yeah, at least go ahead and dodge that one. So we do quit out. Now there will be no Dark Phoenix, but most importantly, there will be no defense up on these mutants. So when Colossus and Magic drop back in, you see they're very easy to deal with. The defense down even got on the Colossus, so I get to really pepper them up. But now that we're doing this cleanup, the Infinity Watch members are taken care of, the mutants were taken care of. There's no Phoenix to worry about, so I can actually use this time to build up my cooldowns. And the most important cooldowns to have up and ready: Ghost Special, Scarlet Ultimate, and Miles Special. We talked about that earlier. The Miles Special is just so important. Deathpool can be a problem here, so I do like taking her out as soon as possible. And then that's going to do it. Looks like we don't actually have the Ghost Spider special up, but do remember that she does get 2 energy on spawn when accompanied by the Web Warriors. So she is actually going to have it available. Next, we got the boss node. So node 1, we can get through it as long as we don't get walled by RNG. Node 2, unfortunately, I think the 2-shot is the safest way to protect your cores and your sanity. And then we have the boss node, which, oddly enough, is the easiest of the 3 nodes in my opinion. So I am going to heal up my spiders here on this attempt. These 3 nodes were done back to back to back. I didn't want to come in with 0 life because I wanted to make this video for you guys. So the first wave is all about control. The enemies themselves, they're very weak. They'll die to the AoE, so when we do our control effects, we want to make sure we're hitting the right targets. The right target for the ability block is on Phi Level. The right target for the Spider-Man Miles slow and turn meter rewind is Surfer, because we're going to be able to control him better and not eat that ability block. And then the right target to kill is going to be Ebony Maw. Now, I have the ability to use my ultimate here. That is a no. Do not do that. The second wave is what makes or breaks this node. You need to have Hunk and Spider-Man ultimates ready to make it really simple for yourself. So like I said, the characters are dying. Oddly enough, I'm actually thinking you need to be killing Mantis here. If she gets her ultimate off and she cleanses that Surfer of that blind, that could be a problem, especially if she throws it at one of my characters. Her heal is actually very impressive just because of the life pool that they have, right, as these raid characters, especially on 3.4 or 3.3. So you want to take her out as soon as possible. Now, this is actually very unfortunate. So, Punk is going right before the next wave drops in. It's kind of good, kind of bad, right? The good is that he's going to go pretty quickly, and I'm actually going to be able to get a slow on. Now, a big reason I get the slow on is because of what I did to Surf, and I'll pause it here for a second so you can admire this. When we turn meter rewound the Surfer, he got slow. He's very slow. I knew I wanted to put blind on him to stop his ultimate anyway. He had defense down. He's the only tanky character in that first wave. So if I knew I kept him alive, I'd be able to use him to spread all these debuffs with Ghost Spider. Now, this is a method that I can use because I have a very big Web Warriors. So if you're doing a different difficulty, make sure your Web Warriors have the appropriate power level to meet the check that we're about to do here. So when Icarus drops in, there is a race to kill him. We get all these debuffs on him, the most important ones being defense down and slow. We actually didn't get slow on Icarus, but I'll try and get it here with Scarlet Spider. And I did. That's perfect. So we got the defense down on him. That's going to help my Spider-Man land his stun. It's going to help my Spider-Punk land his trauma and heal block, which is obviously super important because that stops the Icarus from doing his rebounds. So here comes Spider-Punk. And there you go. We got the trauma. We got the ability block. Sorry, not the ability block, the heal block. And now we got the stun as well. So Icarus is just absolutely done. I don't even need to attack him anymore. Cersei's not going to cleanse him because of that trauma, but I finish him off anyway. And at this point, we've won. So we set the last wave up to get just peppered with debuffs from the Ghost Spider ultimate. And from there, we just win. And remember, Cersei's much more susceptible to to debuffs with Icarus gone. She's not immune to ability block. Icarus will cleanse that when he takes a turn, as well as one additional debuff. She's actually going to sit through that, especially that slow on her is pretty devastating. All these resist, though. Very unfortunate. I actually think this Cersei is harder to land debuffs on than the Icarus. So that's why as soon as Icarus drops, we go for it. Mind you, if you do have a weaker team than mine, you can slow play this, right? Like you saw how I killed the Icarus. But if you got those debuffs on him, you can actually let him hang around and maybe try and get some extra control on Cersei as well. Or just take your time and get it done. But if Cersei lands that ultimate and you don't dodge it all the way, you get turn meter rebound, you could be in trouble. Though again, we are playing the Web Warriors, so we will get a lot of dodges. Maybe not everybody, but at least enough. And there you have it, guys. That is the BIOS section. This was all done on 3.4. To extrapolate, you can probably drop your power levels by about, I'd say maybe 75k per difficulty. So say you want to do 3.3, you want to have absolutely zero problems, maybe about 1,950,000, actually a little bit more, yeah. Maybe about 100k is what you can drop at every difficulty. So Doom 3.4, say 1.05 million, Doom 3.3, 950, then 850, 750, and you get where I'm going with this. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you. We're going to do this for all the sections. Next up, I think I'm going to do the new tech section with the characters, and the great news is you're going to be able to do big, not punch-ups, but you're going to be able to have a smaller bionic team and get through it, or at the very least have a smaller bionic team get through the first two nodes and help on the boss node or clean up the boss node for your alliance mates, because, I mean, it's raids, it's a team effort, and we can do it that way. But if you did like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, and have fun. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.